All right, so let me show you a couple of finds that I found at thrift stores in the past week that I'm going to flip either locally or on eBay or whatever. So first one over here, I got 2 days before Christmas. This was a really cool find. It's a Bumbleride twin stroller. You may not be able to tell in the video, but it's like a really dark teal hunter green. And I mean, as you can see, it's pink and blue, so it's going to kind of limit it to who might be interested in buying it. But this thing is built really nice, super heavy, nice wheels. It has a little bit of suspension back there, and all kinds of like portholes and vents and just all sorts of things. The only thing I'm not sure about is it had one of these. I'm guessing it probably at one point had 2 of them, so that could devalue it a little bit. Plus it was a little bit like dirty when I got it. It's a little bit dusty. It looked like it was in someone's garage, so I cleaned it up and it looks really nice. Anyway, I paid 35 bucks on that, and although I couldn't find an exact one in the same color green on eBay, they were going for like between $300 and $400, somewhere around that $375 really. And I've never actually tried shipping anything that big. It does collapse down, but it's still pretty good size. So I'm gonna try to flip it locally, but it's winter here in the Midwest, super cold. So I'm not sure how many people are gonna buy it, so or are interested in buying it. So I'm gonna try to sell it for $250 to $300, something like that. See if it goes, and then if I have to, put it on eBay, and I could get even more money. But anyway, I thought that was really cool. I'd never seen one of these before, and it ended up being a really good find. Okay, this is kind of my bread and butter type stuff. If you watch my DIY Dork channel, well, here we go. Here's one over here. I sometimes redo furniture. This one we're gonna keep. I just haven't done it yet. This one's a piece from the neighbor. They just want me to repaint it. I'm waiting for color. There's a table over there. So I do redo furniture sometimes, but the bread and butter stuff is just finding okay-ish furniture that's in decent shape and then just flipping it as is. So this right here is always a surefire winner. Dressers are awesome, and then kitchen tables with an even amount of chairs, and 2 chairs is usually not that good. So this one comes with 4. I have 2 stacked right here, and I think it's about 3 foot by 4 foot. It's not a real big table, and it's not like the best quality. It has a little bit of a wobble to it, but I thought it was pretty decent. I found it 2 days ago at Goodwill for 40 bucks for all of it. I thought that was pretty good, and I'm gonna flip it locally. I'm asking 80, and I have someone interested maybe later tonight for 65 on it. So not super great money, about 25 bucks, but to just bring something home and then someone pays you 25 bucks, that's not bad. I don't have to do any work to it. And as you can see, it has some chips and scratches and things like that. And like the seats have a little bit of wear. There's some paint on them, things like that. But I found all kinds of these in the last 4 or 5 months. I've sold a bunch of different tables and chair sets. So anyway, that should be a pretty good sale. Hopefully it'll disappear tonight. I just sold one earlier today. Same thing, it was 4 chairs that they had padded seats. I paid $30 on that set. I talked the guy down to 30, and then I just sold it a while ago for 60, I think. So made about 30 bucks on that. So I held on to that one for probably a week or so, and I probably could have got more money, but oh well, it's gone. And now I can move on to this one. So now let me show you some smaller stuff that I'll probably be doing on eBay. All right, so the first item I'm gonna show you is something I picked up about half an hour ago at Target. This is a Crayola Crown. This is a real red crown. I mean, can you imagine how long this thing would take to use? I thought it was kind of cool, and it was on the clearance rack. It was $7.48, and I kind of thought that might be a pretty good deal. So I just scanned the barcode with my eBay app, and I'll show you what they're going for right now, currently. All right, so this is what people are asking. You got $19.79 free shipping. There's one for $24.99, $5.99 shipping, and then this last one's $23.50 with $5.50 shipping. And then if you filter out according to completeds, you can see they were selling pretty well. So there's one that sold for $20, and then $24.99 plus $5.99 shipping, and then one sold for $27.50. So I paid $7.50, and I could maybe get 25 bucks out of it. It's a little heavy, so it kind of depends on how far it ships. I'm right in the middle of the US, so shipping is not too terrible to go across country. But I will say a max of maybe $10 to ship, so we'll call it 17 bucks, and I can maybe sell it for 25, 27. So it's not amazing, and hopefully it doesn't actually cost 10 to ship. Maybe it's only $6 to ship or so, 7. So I might be able to make 15 bucks on it with eBay fees on it, maybe a little less. So not great, but I thought it was kind of cool. Just something I'll try out and see how it goes. All right, so I'm also not afraid to dig into the plushy stuffed animal sections of the thrift stores. I know they're probably pretty gross, and can you imagine how many snotty kids' hands and faces were all over some of these? But this one's actually in really good shape. I didn't see anything wrong with it at all. As you can see, it is a New York Fire Department Elmo, and I'm thinking you actually had to get it there, so it's not like something you could get just anywhere. I think, I'm not positive. It's legit Sesame Street tag and all that on there. Anyway, it was 25 cents at Goodwill, I think it was. And when I looked them up, I was really surprised. So it's kind of bad news on this newest one here. The newest one only went for $2.84, but check out the price on the others. That one went for $20, and that one went for $21. So, and then that one's not the same. So anyway, it looks like I might be able to get over 20 bucks on it, especially if I wait. And he's pretty light, so it's not going to cost much to ship. I think it'll go first class, so he might be $4 to ship. So we'll call him, we'll say it's $5. So I might be able to make about 15 on him or a little more. So that's pretty good. And just kind of unusual and unique is the types of things I like to look for. So anyway, hopefully he'll sell really well. All right, so here's two more small items I found. These are from Salvation Army, and I'm surprised I found these there. I never find anything quite this nice. Our Salvation Army is pretty scuzzy. And I find clothes there sometimes and other things, but never anything quite like this. So they were $1 each. It's Lego, which is immediately an amazing seller. But these are interesting because they are not just like a regular Lego model type thing. I think these are games. And I've kind of found from research on eBay looking that if you mix Lego with kind of nerdy stuff, it's even better. So I think this one's going to do really well. It's a game called Heroica. And anyway, I don't really know how you play it or anything, but it's kind of, you know, knights and castles and that type of thing, and wizards or whatever. So I think that will do really well. I looked it up. It's going for about 20 to 30, 32, somewhere around there. The higher end ones that are like 30 and above, like they're pre-owned. You know, I mean, this one's open, so it's not new, but all of the parts are still in the baggies and all that. These, I mean, you can hear they're all loose, so I don't think it'll go for quite that, but they should go for about 25-ish or so, maybe. At least that's what I'm going to shoot for. And it's pretty small, so I don't think it'd be too crazy to ship. So again, I'll probably make about 15 bucks off of it. And then this one is very similar. This one is called City Alarm Join the Chase. It's like a bank robbery game. And anyway, it was the same thing. This one's going for like that 20 to 30 range, probably more like 20, 25. I don't think it'll quite pull as much as this one. Same thing, paid $1. The parts aren't in the baggie, so it's not quite on the high end, but one thing I do need to do though is to count all the parts. They do have instruction manuals in there, and it shows you how to build the game, so it also gives like a piece that, you know, the number of pieces in there. So I'll have to go through and count them all, make sure they're there, because if they're missing, that could be a problem. But anyway, hopefully these will sell really well and really quick. And I don't think I would bundle them. That could be an idea. I'll probably try to do them separate. I think I'll get more money that way. But anyway, that was a pretty cool find at Salvation Army. I never find anything this nice at ours. All right, the next one, it should be pretty good. It's a Guitar Hero guitar for Xbox. It's the corded version, so I think that's what, Xbox 360. I have to say, I'm not a gamer. I don't know much about these. But I knew that people have been flipping these for a while, and they're worth pretty good money. You can like bundle them with games and things like that. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week and a half or so, I read the College Picker's Guide about picking these up, and I did all the testing. It seems to run okay. I don't have an Xbox to test it on, so I'm pretty sure it works right. It's probably not the best way to do it though. I probably should test it. It does have the stickers on there, and they're kind of peeling, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and peel them off and then clean it with like rubbing alcohol, make it look really nice. And as you can see, I paid $5 for it, so I don't know if that shows up. But anyway, $5. This is at Salvation Army. I used to see these all the time, and after I read that guide, I was excited to go buy them, and then I went back, and then it took me a week and a half till I saw another one. Anyway, long story short, this is the corded version, so it doesn't need the dongle, which is always missing on the cordless ones. And on eBay used, this should go for $40 with free shipping. So I paid $5. I imagine it's going to be $10 to ship. If it goes really far, $15. So basically, after fees and all that, I'm probably going to make somewhere around $15 to $20 on it, maybe a little more. Ooh, check that out. I just sold something. What was that? I like that sound. I just received $12.50 for a Weight Watchers calculator I picked up for $1 at Goodwill a few weeks back, so that's pretty cool. It's a perfect time of year to sell something like that. A little itty bitty calculator about the size of like a there we go, this paid for it too. Anyway, it's about the size of like a travel alarm clock, and I paid $1 and it sold for 13 bucks. So that should be pretty cool. All right, so anyway, this, like I said, should go for about 40 bucks, and hopefully it'll sell real quick. I don't know. I don't have a game to go with it. I'm just going to try to sell it as is and see how it goes. Okay, some more good finds that I've been having a lot of luck with selling is shirts, men's shirts. And this one right here is a Wrangler Pearl Snap. It's 100% cotton. It was a large. It's a pretty good size. But what was interesting about this one is it's really heavy, and it's not flannel. It's kind of like denim. I mean, it feels like a denim shirt, except, of course, it's plaid. And I double checked. I made sure that all the pearl snaps were there, that all the little things that clip onto were there. They were under the pockets. I double checked that they were all on the sleeve, made sure that it wasn't pitted out. This one does have a little glitter on the bottom. I've noticed a few shirts I've bought have glitter in the armpit, so I guess it's some guy holding on to his lady friend. And anyway, this one did not have any stains. Another area I check on shirts, because I still mess it up sometimes, is right on the side of the shirt, the seam. Sometimes they're ripped, but this one's in really good shape. It's a nice heavyweight shirt. It's Wrangler. I don't think it's vintage or anything. I mean, it probably has a little age to it, but at our Goodwill, shirts are $3.50, so I paid $3.50. And once I list it, I will probably ask, I don't know, I have to see what they go for. I haven't looked it up yet, but I would imagine somewhere around 25 to 30 bucks. And depending on how heavy it is, it might be $4 to ship, or it could be 6 or 7. So I don't know. It depends how far and how heavy it is. But anyway, that's a really cool shirt. It's one I almost want to keep, but I think I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Okay. Here's another one. I find things like this. I haven't sold any of these yet, but I keep finding at our Goodwill these disco shirts, all right? I mean, check out that huge collar. It's 100% polyester. And this one is really unusual. Here we go. It was from Kmart. I don't know how old that is, but I mean, it's got to be 70s. It's like stretchy. I tried it on. It's actually really comfortable, even though it's ugly. And it's just a really weird print. It's almost like, it looks like the mountains of Utah or something, and then it has like this Star Wars sci-fi looking church or something, and then there's these trees. I don't really know what's going on with it. I haven't even looked this one up, but for $3.50 I grabbed it because I think someone out there is going to think this is the coolest thing ever and buy it. I need to look them up. Who knows, maybe I'm wrong, but I think this might be in the $30 to $40 range, so that's a pretty good find. Okay, so then the other day when I was finding some of those things at the Goodwill, I also found this. I thought this was interesting. I paid $8 for it, which is pretty expensive for our Salvation Army. They usually don't have things that high. But anyway, it's all denim, and I don't know if you can see the tag, but this is the Australian Outback Collection, made in the USA, Sydney, Denver. Kind of hold it back here. It's like a long jacket with the pockets kind of straight in front, so I think it's a field jacket, but it's denim. I thought it was really unusual. Like a brown denim jacket, 100% leather collar, and I don't know, just a really durable kind of farm jacket, which I live in a really rural area. I think it would sell locally, but I'm still going to put it on eBay. It's heavy, so it's going to be expensive to ship, probably $10 or maybe more. But so we'll call it 18 with $10 shipping. So 18 to 20 is what I have in it. And I couldn't find any comps on it on eBay just yet. Not in denim, at least. They did have some that were, was it waxed cotton, which I don't think this is considered that, because I think waxed cotton is actually kind of shiny looking. And some of them were in the like $50 to $60 range. And then they also had some kind of like this, but they were longer. It kind of reminded me of like a Wyatt Earp jacket. I think they call them a duster. And those were like $100, $110. So I'm going to have to do a little more research on it, but that is actually a good brand that I found. I just haven't found one like this. I'm going to say it's probably in the 50 to 70, 75 range, somewhere around there. I'll go as high as I can, and then probably take an offer anything over like $50. So that should be pretty good. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to try to make at least 30, 35 and up on it. So hopefully I can get a lot more out of it. All right, so these last two shirts I found the same day that I got that stroller I showed you, that twin stroller. And I thought these were interesting. I'd never seen this brand before, but apparently it's pretty good. I don't know if you can read it or not, but it's on the bias. And it's like Hawaiian shirts. When I looked them up on eBay, they also sold like sweaters, sweatshirts, and t-shirts. And they all kind of had that Hawaiian, almost surfer skateboarder look to it. So I don't know, maybe it's like an LA brand or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, I thought this was kind of cool. I just grabbed both of them because the one I'll show you second is worth a lot of money. And the first one, I just thought it was unusual and would probably sell. It's probably a terrible time to sell it right now, the very beginning of the year when it's super cold. I probably should have held off, but I went ahead and I listed this one already. And anyway, on the bias, it's a medium, which is a pretty good size. And Hawaiian shirt, it's kind of a minty green with the like palm leaves on there. And then it has the iguanas and like parrots. So I thought that was kind of cool. And just an interesting shirt. It's a little unusual for a Hawaiian shirt. It's kind of their whole thing is like unusual prints for Hawaiian shirts. So anyway, again, it was only $3.50 at Goodwill. I don't think this one's worth a lot of money. I try to remember what I asked on it. I think it's somewhere around 22 to 25, somewhere around there. So again, it's lightweight. It'll be $3 or $4 a ship. And I paid $3.50, so I got $7.50 in it. So I probably make $15 on it, or maybe a little more, 18, something like that. Not super great, but not too bad. It's probably going to take a while to sell though too, because like I said, it's a bad time to try to sell something quite like that. Okay, this last one is really cool. This is what I actually found this one first, and when I'm looking through the rack at Goodwill, I just, you know, I'm just kind of scanning. I'm looking for usually interesting fabrics, or if I see pearl snaps, I grab them. And this one looked interesting to me. I've noticed that a lot of Hawaiian shirts end up being worth good money. Either it's some brand I can't find any, you know, when I research I can't find any comps on them, or it's a really good brand, and this one is pretty awesome. But what makes this special, it just looks like a boring white shirt with some flowers on it, but if you get up close, I don't know if this is going to show. Can you see right there? That's Darth Vader, okay? And then we have, man, I don't know what that thing's called. It's one of those TIE fighters or whatever from Star Wars. And then, where is he at? Right here, Boba Fett is on here. So this is, and if you see the tag here, it's on the bias, but it was like they worked with Star Wars, okay? So this shirt right here, I paid $3.50 for it. I looked them up. They also make a dark version. I don't know if it's navy blue or black, but it's like the same print, just that, you know, it's not white, it's dark colored. But anyway, this one, they were actually selling just last week for $59.98. Now there were a few that were like in the $30 to $40 range, but there were some that were actually selling for $59.98. The ones that were like that blue or navy or black color, whatever, were even more. They were like 70 plus, 75, something like that. So that's really awesome. It's a good turnaround. Now I was really excited, so I grabbed this one. Then I found another one, the same brand. I just grabbed it without even researching, which is not always my best technique, but it worked. But anyway, I'm excited about this one. When I got home, I got really bummed out though. Let me see if I can show. This button right here is broken in half. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's split in half. And there's no extra buttons on there. So what I'm gonna have to do is see if I can find matches. I mean, it doesn't look like an unusual button. Like I have another Hawaiian shirt I bought a couple weeks ago, and it looks like the buttons are made out of coconut or something like that, really unusual. But these look like they might be common, so hopefully I can find one on there and put it on, and then I can list it and hopefully get that 50 to 60 bucks. That'd be awesome. Okay, now I got one more thing that was probably the best find I found in a long time in the thrift store, so let me show that to you. Alright, so this last one's a really cool find, and I was really surprised to see it at Goodwill, especially for the price they had on it. They definitely didn't know what they had. This is something that I heard about on a Bonafide Hustler video a while back. He said they're worth good money. I saw it as soon as I saw the actual, I don't know if you call it brand or whatever, but as soon as I saw that, I knew this was awesome. So I had to check it out. It takes batteries. The batteries they had in it didn't work, so I was a little worried that it wasn't going to work. But once I got home and tested out, it did work. So anyway, this is a Star Wars lightsaber. All right. This is the Luke Skywalker Force FX lightsaber collectible. All right, so you can see it's the adult collectible, which a lot of toys, really a lot of anything, if it says collectible, it's not really, kind of like those infomercials, you know, get the new collectible coin or whatever for 20 bucks, and it's not really worth anything. So, but anyway, these actually are. People want these. This is like what the real Star Wars nerds want when they go, I don't know, role playing or whatever. They want this legit one, not the little $30 Walmart or Target toys. They want this thing. These are worth good money. This one I think is from 2007. Here's the real giveaway right here. It is the Hasbro Signature Series. All right, it's nice and heavy. Nice packaging. This one was at the thrift store, so they wrote on marker. Check that out. I paid $7.99 for it. It's got the sticker. That'll come off real easy. And then they wrote on it with Sharpie. I'm hoping that cleans off with some rubbing alcohol and doesn't take any of the color away. I'm hoping that will come off fine. The rest of the box is in good shape. When you open it up, like all the packing is still in there. And like I said, I tested that with batteries and it did work. The one problem I discovered, and I think it's going to hurt the value, is it's kind of hard to see, but here in the middle there is a little stand so you can put it on like a mantle. And it's a black plastic stand that says Star Wars, and it has two, on both ends, two little clear plexiglass pieces, and this only has one. But as you can see, it is still factory sealed. So that's a real bummer. That means, and even the stand is still factory sealed. So that's probably going to hurt the value, but when I looked these things up, it was absolutely crazy. But let me show you what it does. Pretty interesting. All right. So, unlike the ones at the store, you usually see that kind of claps, you know, and you sling them out and then they shoot out. This one is already extended. It's like a clear plastic tube with it's probably LED lights in the little white part. This section right here is built really nice. It's nice and heavy. It's aluminum, machined aluminum, kind of like a mag light flashlight. Really, really nice. The end twists off here, and then this little thing pulls out, and you put 3 AAA batteries in there. This is like a speaker, and then it has an on and off switch right here. It's just nice and heavy. This is what the collectors want. So anyway, check this out. When you turn it on, it turns on sequentially, and it has all the sound effects. When you hit it, it makes noises. It's pretty cool. So let me turn it on. All right, and then when you swing it, you hear that, and then when you hit, so pretty cool. And I just now realized that it's dark outside and I'm swinging one of these around. The neighbor's probably thinking I'm a weirdo. All right, so when you turn it off, it turns off sequentially as well. All right, so anyway, that's really cool. This is legit. This is like primo stuff right here. This is what people want. So now let me show you the comps on eBay. It's crazy what some of these are going for. All right, so check it out. I got back on the eBay app. I did a completed listing search for the Hasbro Signature Series. I don't even think I typed in lightsaber, it just popped up. But check out some of the prices these are going for. I don't know if you can tell, but that's lit up green means it's sold. So the one here, Anakin Skywalker, sold for $160 plus $850 shipping, 15 bids. So basically, what is that, about $170? So I'd imagine if they would have done a buy it now, they probably could have done like $195 or something like that. All right, here's another one. Obi-Wan Kenobi sold for $168 plus $1350. Here's another one. Darth Maul went for $336. Check that out. 45 bids, $18 shipping, brand new, so it's never been opened. These other two were pre-owned. Here's an awesome one. Check that out. Count Dooku. Darth, I don't know. I don't know anything about Star Wars, but anyway, check out the crazy price that one went for. $480, 8 bids, $25 shipping. So that's what, $505. So they probably could have done a buy it now for like $525 and got it. All right, free shipping. They would have made a little more money. That one's unusual. It's red, has a curved handle. One thing I noticed is I can't find the Luke Skywalker, so I don't know if that means it's kind of common and it's going to be like this, like maybe $100, or if it's going to be like 200 and something. Here's another one. Yoda sealed, went for $235 free shipping. Darth Maul $350, 35 shipping. I mean, check out the prices. They're all selling too. This is not sold listings. These are completed listings. Look at that one. Another Anakin Skywalker, $486 with 2 bids. So these things are worth tons and tons of money. Wow, look at that one. 4 bids, $1,200 for 2 of them. Wow. So anyway, I need to find the one for Luke Skywalker. I haven't even found a comp yet. The other day when I looked, I couldn't find. Oh, here we go. That's exactly what I have. So 116 plus 1350. So that would be what, 120, about 130. So I think a buy it now, I could probably ask 150, but since it's missing that clear plexiglass thing, it might be about this 125, 130. I was hoping for more. I mean, look at that, 988. That is crazy money on these things. They are all selling for tons of money. So anyway, I thought that was a really cool find. Probably that stroller is the most valuable thing I found in the last week and a half, but I think this is the coolest. I think it's going to sell the fastest. So, all right, so thanks for checking out this video. That was some of the stuff I found in the last about week and a half at the local thrift stores. We have the Salvation Army that's not that good, but they have stuff there sometimes. It's usually kind of scuzzy though. And then the Goodwill, which does have a lot of good stuff, just not all the time, so it's kind of hit or miss there. But this week was really good finds. So anyway, if you like this video, I'm going to try to do more of them. I've been doing a lot of thrifting and reselling, either on eBay or locally on like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. I'll show you some of my ideas of how I do videos, all that kind of stuff if you want, or I mean photos and listings and all that if you're curious. Also, I've had a lot of people on my DIY Dork channel ask about the pieces I redo to sell. They're always wondering, when did it sell, how much did it sell for, so I'll try to do some of that as well. So that channel will be like the builds, and this channel could be about the sells, okay? And then also this type of stuff, because this is really fun. It's a little more profitable and easier than redoing furniture, and it's especially easier now that it's winter and it's super cold. You can go in the stores, find stuff, or yard sales. Of course, there's barely any right now because it's so cold. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. And if you like this, go ahead, hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. I'd also really appreciate if you subscribe, because I'm going to try to do more of these. And then if you had any comments about it, go ahead and let me know down below. So thanks a lot.